Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I wish I could see you and hear you, but we hope you're watching, and we want to remind everybody to send comments and questions, and they will be passed along to Mr. Watson. We want to welcome everybody to the We Always Swing Jazz Series annual children's concert. And we hope a lot of people are tuning in and have the link. And again, we'll make comments. We want to do a couple of quick thank yous to people who helped make Mr. Watson's appearance possible. We would like to thank Commerce Trust Company, Socket Internet, the Missouri Lottery, and we received additional support from the Columbia Convention and Visitors Bureau, the City of Columbia's Office of Cultural Affairs, the Missouri Arts Council, Mid-America Arts Alliance, and some help from the MU School of Music. We'd also like to thank our education sponsors that include the Broadway Hotel, U.S. Bank, Missouri Employers Mutual, Boone Electric Community Trust, Tom Smith Charitable Trust, Orscheln Farm and Homes, and Veterans United. And my name is John Pozis. I am the executive director of the We Always Swing Jazz Series, and we have been doing these concerts for 26 years. So we're very excited to try our first virtual one. Hope everybody's masked up and we're ready to go. And without further ado, let's hear some claps for Bobby Watson, one of our great alto saxophonists. So welcome, Mr. Watson.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John. Very important, boys and girls. I've actually have had both of my shots. I've had the Moderna, both me and my wife, and my two children. But my children, one of them is 42, the other one's 36, getting ready to be 37. So we're trying to do our part to help bring things back to some sort of normalcy. I'm very excited and happy to be able to be here during the 26th year of doing these concerts. That's quite a track record, and also excited in a way to be doing it virtually. So if anyone has any questions as I move along, please feel free to text your questions or chat the questions to our engineers and producers, and we'll certainly try to answer as many as we can. This morning, I want to give you guys a taste of what jazz is, what it means to me, and how I got into the music and how I discovered it, things like this. I'm going to play something for you now. This is a blues, and I don't know how many of you guys know the blues. The blues is a form of expression that can express all kinds of emotions. It can express joy. It can express memories, both good and some not so good. It's an expression of love. It's also an expression of hope. Every country has their own form of a blues, and it's deeply rooted in each country. What I'm going to play for you now is something called Going to Kansas City, and that's kind of like the theme song of Kansas City, and we hope that you can feel the joy and anticipation, I usually have three, so I'm kind of waiting. Okay. Um, I'm going to play for you. I think that's the best thing. The thing about music is I can express things on my instrument, and I play the alto saxophone. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I play the alto sax. In the saxophone family, there's one for every voice, just like vocals. We have soprano, alto, tenor, and we have a baritone and also a bass saxophone. So, just like in a choir, there are different voices on the saxophone, and I'm the alto voice. So, here we go. All right, my first question. What is my favorite jazz song to play? Well, one of them is the blues, which I just did for you. And I love what we call ballads. And those are slower songs that usually deal with human relationships and memories. Uh, I write a lot of music myself, and I've recorded a lot of my own music, so I enjoy playing my compositions quite a bit, you know, and that's been a real uh, big inspiration for me over the years. You have any more other questions coming in? How long have I played jazz? I'm doing the math now in my head. um, well, I can just tell you, I'm 67 years old, and I've been playing jazz since I was around 16. So that's over 50 years I've been playing jazz. I started playing music when I was 10. I started taking piano lessons, and after that, uh, the next year I started on clarinet, and I think that was in the fifth grade. Uh, and then I got into jazz heavily when I got into junior high and high school. I graduated in 1971, so I'm giving you guys some math homework while we're talking. And it's great. I was born in Lawrence, Kansas, and uh, my dad played the tenor saxophone. Uh, he was a jazz musician, but not like your typical jazz musician because uh, he also taught people to fly airplanes, and he also flew airplanes, and still he tuned pianos and he repaired instruments. So there was always several pianos around the house in different stages of repair. And then we had our family piano, and also clarinets and trumpets and all kinds of instruments around the house while he was studying to be a pilot. And so the times I heard my dad play were in church, at my grandfather's church in Olathe, Kansas. And the first time I played in public, I played the clarinet in my grandfather's church, and I played the Battle Hymn and Republic. You know, do you have any more? All right, I like that. Uh, can they hear the questions that you're saying, Josh? Yeah, they can hear it. Okay, I will. My favorite instrument besides the saxophone would have to be uh, the piano, and a close second would be the drums. And I would ask to make up a song on the spot, so I will do that. You know, one of the greatest things I love about jazz is you get to use your imagination. And if you come to hear a jazz band um, like 2 or 3 nights in a row, you might hear the same song that they play, but it'll be different every night because we're allowed to use our imagination. And if we make a so-called mistake, we turn that into something else. So let me see what I got this morning. I don't know.
I've got a few more questions here, Bobby.
Yes, sir. Ja-
Why do you like music, and what other kinds of music do you like?
the question was, why do I like music, and what other kinds of music do I like? Um, I like music because through music I can express emotions and feelings through my instrument and through music that I can't express in words. Sometimes, you have these feelings that you just can't find the words for. And these feelings range from anger to love to hope to reminisce. It uh, it it just completes me. It's good for my health. Uh, my instrument lets me know how I'm feeling every day, what kind of day I'm having, uh, whether I'm a little hungry, maybe sometimes you get a little under the weather, and I've still had to play. And all these emotions uh, and certain struggles that I go through, they all come out uh, when I sit at the piano or play my saxophone. And in terms of the other kinds of music I like all music that's good. I love R&B. I love hip hop. I love classical music. I like country music. Uh, shoot, I love all kind of music. Folk music, Native American music is beautiful. The music of different countries, Japanese, Bulgarian, Greek music, Turkish. Uh, there's so much beautiful music in this world, and what I do is when I listen to it, it becomes part of my memory, and so that when I'm playing, some of that could come out, through my horn. So as long as it's good, I like it. Duke Ellington. I don't know if you know who Duke Ellington is. You can have your teachers uh, tell you a little bit about Mr. Duke Ellington. He was a great composer, band leader, and pianist. Uh, he said there's only two types of music, good and bad. So I like good music, and I have my two children they're both grown adults, but they've been turning me and my wife Pam on to good good music that I would never probably would not even have known about. They've been doing that their whole life because they grew up listening to jazz and they love jazz and they know a lot about it, but they listen to everything. And I try to be like them, you know, just keep my ears open because when we were growing up, we had the rhythm and blues and stuff, Motown records and the Supremes and James Brown and all these people that you need to find out about. Um, and our parents were open to that as well. So I think it's very important for a musician to listen to everything.
Uh, so the question was asked, how long does it typically take you to write a song?
How long does it typically take me to write a song? Well, it goes from something like I just did now, and sometimes every so often, you get this inspiration, and I can write a song maybe in an hour or two, or sometimes it comes to me in several minutes. It depends, but typically, as I write, I keep little ideas that come to me, and I write them down, or I try to record them on my cell phone, and uh, I keep a notebook of ideas, a journal, like a sketch pad, like an artist. If you get an idea and you maybe start sketching it, and then maybe several months down the road, uh, it all comes together. So typically for me, it might take me a couple of months. Some songs that I've written have taken me several years. But the main thing is I just try to write down everything I hear, and I put a date and a time on it, and so I can go back to it. It's like a boneyard of ideas that I can go back to, you know.
Have you seen the new animated movie Soul? And then have you ever played on a movie soundtrack?
The question is, have I seen the new animated movie Soul, and have I ever played on a movie soundtrack? Great questions again. Yes, I did see the movie Soul. Uh, it was fantastic, and I really was impressed. Really, besides the story, but the animation. Uh, the lady uh, is a good friend of mine. She calls me Uncle Bobby. Her name is Tia Fuller, and she played the saxophone for the lady saxophonist in that film. And John Baptiste, who's on one of those nighttime shows, I forget which one. Um, he he did the piano, and really was really something. The animation was accurate. As a musician, when I watched them play their instruments, all the fingerings and the trombone, the young trombonist, the lady, uh, the positions on the trombone were accurate. So the technology is so that if you watch that movie, you can see that, as a musician, all the musicians were amazed how accurate the drummer, the bass, it, it was just like watching a real live musician play, and I really enjoyed that story. Um, I have played on a couple of Spike Lee movies. I was on the soundtrack to School Days, and I wrote a little bit of music for Robert De Niro on his uh, first uh, directing project called A Bronx Tale. So I have maybe on the movie, believe it or not much, is a scene on the movie where he's in a bus. He was a bus driver, and he drove up, and he motioned to his son to come to the bus and ask him did he want to go to the fights. And he has a radio that's always playing right behind him. And when that radio comes on, uh, you'll hear it. That's me. Because most of that movie they used uh, uh, what they call source material, which means music from that period of time. So there was some Jimi Hendrix on there and some doo-wop music on there. And then there was a little space where Bob needed some original sounds. And when you hear a little saxophone screaming on that radio, that's me. But it was really exciting and a privilege to work with Robert De Niro.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote, and can you play it?
Oh my goodness, the first song I ever wrote. Let's see. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna try. Um, it was written for a young lady, and I'm gonna just play it. Yes.
If maybe you could mention one of your musical influences and then play a song from them.
Okay. Yes. They was asked, could I mention one of my musical influences and play a song from them? And that's pretty easy. One of my major influences is Mr. Charlie Parker, who played alto sax just like me. And uh, this year, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of his birth. So, had Charlie Parker lived, he would have been 100 years old this year. And his birthday is on August 29th, I believe. And so he has his 101st birthday coming up soon. And yes, Mr. Charlie Parker, he changed the way that we all play. And he died very young. He died at age 34. But in those 34 years, boy, did he do a lot. So I'm going to play a Charlie Parker song. This is one of my favorite Charlie Parker songs. And it's called Confirmation. Confirmation. All right? This is a little rhythmically tricky, but I hope that you can hear it. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Now, how many songs have you written, and can you play one of your favorite songs that you've written?
Okay. The question was, how many songs have I written? And can I play one of my favorite songs? I've written and I've recorded over 100, and I lost count after 100, but it's it's up there, maybe close to 200 songs that have been performed, and I have dozens more that are still being thought about and haven't had a chance to hear them played by other folks and everything like that. Cause I'm constantly writing. I'm always listening. I get my ideas from phone numbers and license plates and sounds that I hear during the day. I'm always writing, because we got 12 notes, and so I use the 12 numbers. 1 through 8 is an octave, and I'm getting a little technical now, but each number it has a note that goes with it. So uh, my one of my favorites I like to play. Okay. This is the first song that I had a chance to record with somebody famous. And that person was Art Blakey. He was a great drummer and band leader. Art Blakey, Blakey. And I'd been in the band only 3 weeks. And then we were in the studio, and uh, we had a little break. And Art Blakey asked me, "Who has something?" He already knew I did, but he looked at me and goes, "Who got something?" And I raised my hand, and I passed this song out. And this was the first song that I ever got a chance to record with someone famous. And it's called Time Will Tell. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Besides the saxophone, are there other instruments that you like to play?
Besides the saxophone, are there other instruments that I like to play? Um, like I mentioned before, I enjoy playing the piano, and I still enjoy playing the clarinet, which is my first wind instrument, and I enjoy playing the flute a lot. And I finally, me and my wife Pam, had moved, and she's a musician too, by the way. Pamela Baskin Watson. She's a very, very gifted and heavyweight musician. Um, since we moved into our latest house, I was able to get a set of drums in my house for once, and I really enjoy sitting down, knocking around on the drums a lot. That's somebody had asked me what my favorite instruments. I love playing the drums. I love watching drummers and asking them questions and trying to get the coordination together with the feet, both feet and both hands. And it's great. It's a great workout for you too, and it releases a lot of stress. And you can go on a real journey when you get caught up in the rhythms, because rhythm is the most important and most wide element of music is rhythm, and then behind rhythm is melody, and then third is harmony. But rhythm is probably the most and deepest part. So when you get on the drums, the possibilities are infinite. So I love playing the drums. I like plucking around on a bass, but you get calluses on your fingers, and I can't do that.
Did you ever think being a jazz musician was too hard? And if so, what made you keep playing and keep going?
Did I ever think being a jazz musician was too hard, and what made me keep going? There were times. There were times when I was younger that I thought that I'm not gonna be able to do it, and I remember shedding some tears out of frustration. Um, but I had people around me that encouraged me to keep going. You know, they would say things like, "Rome wasn't built in a day." It takes time, and when you're young, you want to have it right now, and then they taught me patience, and then how to slow down and just take one little thing and just try to master one little idea at a time, like something like this, just like three notes. Just those three notes, and then do it in another key. And then do something with them. And maybe do it a different way. Something like this, or you see, all that came from just learning and working with three notes. So when I learned to have patience and try to just learn little things and put it together, and then a lot of listening. I listen. The more records I listened to, the more it got in my head, and then you learn what the language is. Jazz is a language that is spoken by other jazz musicians all around the world, and so the main thing that helped me not get frustrated is be patient, and just instead of trying to learn a lot of things at once, just take one thing and learn that, and then and then that'll turn into more things. Because at those three notes that I gave you, I'm able to do a lot with just those three notes, moving them around to different areas of the horn, and different keys, higher, lower. So that really helped me.
So there was a request. Do you know any Disney songs?
Oh man, let me see. 3 minutes. Uh, Disney song. I don't know if I know any of the new Disney songs. I know some old Disney songs. All right. That's When You Wish Upon a Star. Was I ever in band or orchestra in school? Yes, I was. I was in band, in the school band from the minute I started. Started, like I say, in the fifth grade, and I was in band every year through fifth grade through the high school graduation, and then I was in band in college. I've always been in a school band, and most of those years in junior high and high school and grade school, I played clarinet, and then I started playing the saxophone when I was around in eighth grade. Uh, my dad and my band director wouldn't let me play saxophone at first. They told me that playing the clarinet would help my saxophone playing, and I'm happy they did. I wasn't happy then, but I enjoy playing the clarinet. So uh, yeah, I was always in a band. Not too many times was I in an orchestra. Maybe a few times, and if I did, it would be on the clarinet. And I played oboe for a little bit. And as I got older, there have been some orchestras that have saxophone parts in it, but I enjoy playing in a large group because you have to listen to each other, listen to the person next to you. You have to watch the director. You have to know when to play soft, when to play loud, when to play short, and to play long. It's beautiful. And I hope that all of you young folks out there get a chance to play in some type of band or ensemble at your school because there's nothing like it. I've made friends in those bands that are we're still friends to this day from junior high and high school, lifelong friends. And music has been very, very good for me. And I hope that all of you guys get a chance. I know they're cutting back on music programs, but I hope you all get a chance to experience the joy of music as I have.
Pretty much time, Bobby. If you want to play one more quick tune.
I'll give you an example of how you can do something with jazz. I know you guys all know this one. Thank you. Thank you.
So we have a big thank you to Bobby Watson, and uh, and we want to thank James Melton, who's Director of Fine Arts, for helping us to coordinate this with all the schools. We would love to hear, because we've never done this virtually. Thanks to everybody for sending comments. I saw there was a long list of questions and comments, which is great. But if you are one of the teachers listening, and your class is listening, we would love to know, uh, hear from you, and let us know what you thought of the program. We want to thank also our education sponsors again, and as the We Always Swing Jazz Series, this is something we do every April, and it's in celebration of Jazz Appreciation Month. And we love this music, and we hope that all of you enjoyed Mr. Watson. And we look forward to seeing everybody next year in person, which will be wonderful. So, thank you very much, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.